Look, the natural home for homophobia, racism, and anti-Semitism is on the left. It just is. I
Mhm.
mean, you know how many times that I've heard from progressives that um, you're Jewish, you shouldn't be voting that way, you shouldn't be thinking that way. Well, that's called ignorance. Believe me, the first progressives, if they found out that you were gay and conservative, that they would never talk to you. You're not actually gay. They're going to call you a homophobe. You already know that, right? I'm an
Okay.
anti-Semite. You've been called a homophobe? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been called a racist and a homophobe, and I just laugh. And the person that was with me said, you don't know him. Well, he is. It's like, no, you really don't. And we just kind of laughed it off and left it because it is ignorance. It's because there is no other argument to be had other than to try to go for the thing that could wound somebody the most. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
And you have a biracial daughter and you're a gay man and you're still being called a racist. And yeah, that makes sense.
And a homophobe.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. Not. Yeah, but it is. I mean, this whole, intersectionality that they're doing in schools, and you get what that is, right? If you're straight, if you're Christian, if you're a male, if you're white, you are in this I would call it bag of deplorables, for lack of another term, but you're in that, you're in that stigmatized group. And once you're there, you're dehumanized. You're not being treated as a full human. We know what being dehumanized really is, because we know and we see what happens with gays actually in Russia, to be honest with you. And to be honest, Ukraine's not much better, but we've seen it in Russia, we've seen it in China, we've seen it in the Middle East. We know this is a great country because, as you pointed out, we don't tolerate dehumanizing treatment of anyone based on what they are. Now we're heading that, and by the way, Jews as well. Try being Jewish and walk around in France at night. Just try it. Not exactly safe. So, we talk about America being such a great country. We don't tolerate that. So you and I see the writing on the wall when we see, in this state, we've got, get this, preschoolers 3 and 4 years old being taught to decenter their whiteness. When we see things like that, that's dehumanization of disabled preschoolers. Things like that harken back to, pre-Nazi Germany or early days of Nazi Germany and things like that. And so I think that's what animates you and I both to kind of speak out about this stuff, because we know the way minorities are really treated around the world. And we see this kind of curriculum we're seeing in schools being the prelude to some of those things.